So, in the event of the alarm sounding, please take a Valium and make your way to the nearest emergency exits, where a beautiful, wonderful, lovely fire steward will escort you onto Hope Street. Now sit back, enjoy the show. Namaste.
Have you ever shit yourself in Tesco? Like, do you think it's more acceptable to shit yourself in Tesco Express or the big Tesco? Hey, I tell you what, bet you'd rather shit yourself in any Tesco than a Marks and Sparks. No one wants to drop a fart in there, do they? Never mind a full-on shit in your knickers. Well, I say knickers. Don't really wear any, me. No, like to feel free. You know what one with the hair between my legs? I've worn them since. Was lingering on the bread aisle admiring the long crispy French sticks. Started sweating. My chest went tight, I couldn't feel my legs. My mouth's gone as dry as an nun's cunt. What's that smell? People are looking at me. I look to the floor. Shit. Right in the middle of the fucking bread aisle. I am so sorry. I must have a bit of an upset tummy. Clean up on aisle 2. Excuse me, love, you probably best get the Warburtons, it's wrapped up. Wasn't an upset tummy. It was my illness. Part of my illness. Another part of me. That being said though, right, I have suffered with my bowels and my bladder over the years. I was pissing 40 times a day once, right? They said there was nothing wrong with me. I've learned, when you have a mental illness, anything that's like physically wrong with you, they always bring it back to that. It's all in your head. It's your mental illness. Elvis died on the shitter, didn't he? Weren't all in his head, was it? My mind, it does run at speed. I mean, I can get consumed over the silliest things. Well, it's obsessed, an obsession, an addiction. It's called over-compulsive thinking disorder. Yeah, Google told me. Have I brushed my teeth today? It's a massive achievement for me, that, some days. If all I can do is brush my teeth, then I've not failed. I fail a lot. I don't finish things, I don't start things. Truth is, I'm scared. I'm scared of everything, I'm scared of my own thoughts, but the thing that scares me the most is losing, well, barring losing my own mind, is losing, oh fuck. Oh shit. Excuse me, love, you're not sat on my pipe, are you? Oh. Fuck. Oh, it's in my pocket. It's in my pocket. I got it. Fucking hell. Wouldn't have been able to carry on. It's not a pipe, it's a vape. I was actually mentally unwell before it became fashionable to be. You know, online where everybody harps on about being neurodivergent. I've got more mental health problems than I do qualifications. Well, try and make a joke of it, don't you? But it's not funny, really. It's hard sometimes. Most of the time. All the fucking time. You see, the thing is, right, my illness, it's not a straightforward one. It's not 1 minute you're up, the next minute you're down like on the telly. It's not some days you're free. I'm not free. I'm never free. It's chronic. It's uncurable, a disease. Do you know, a shrink said that to me once. You have a chronic, uncurable disease. I have. I'm bipolar. I'm trying to become better. A week before my 15th birthday, I woke up in a resus unit, banging against them metal bars, that go up at the side of the bed. And I seen my mum, and she said to me, Auntie, she's woken up. On many occasions over the last 15 years, I wish I hadn't. If somebody would have asked me why I did it at 15, 7 days before I turned 15 to be exact, was it a cry for help? I clearly didn't think I could be helped. I'd never thought about killing myself. I don't think I did. What I mean is, I never Googled how to kill yourself. And I never wrote a note. I can't even fucking spell suicide. So I never wrote one. Not at 15 anyway. I just remember wanting the pain inside me to stop. Like I'd sit in a wardrobe banging my head. Like, does this make sense if I say banging my head causing pain? It stopped the pain that was going on inside. It was bright and then it was dark and then it was too bright and then it was too dark and then it was really, really fucking dark. And that's been my life. And it continues to be, even when I don't want it to. My life, that is. I was angry and agitated, but it didn't make any sense to me because I was loved very much by someone. I called him the other half of me. Wow. I'd spend days in bed and then I'd have all this energy, but then the slightest thing, it'd irritate me, not his fault. The train, it was delayed coming back from London, but you see, the anger, it was just burning inside me. I was so fucking angry, so I just trashed the full room. I wrote horrible things all over his top. I knew Training Day was his favourite film, so I stamped on it, but it wouldn't break. So I put some heels on and I stamped till it shattered. And then it was like this reality hit me and I was like, well, what have I done? And I did try to repair the mess, but the more I tried to repair it, the worse it got, so I just hid under a quilt. He came back with a big bag of gifts from his trip. I cried. It wasn't the fact that I trashed the place in rage. It was the spitefulness of it. I was specific. He just wanted me to explain the words I'd wrote on his jumper, but I refused. I cried, but then you see the anger, it came back and I punched him in the face. He didn't move, he didn't leave. So I punched him again and again. He sat there with his hands behind his back. He sat there and let me punch him repeatedly in the face. He still didn't leave. I was breaking him. And for what? For loving me. I was breaking him because it was me that was broken. It was me that I wanted to punch. What normal person does that to someone? My mum said to him when she was in the kitchen, why'd you put up with that? He shrugged. I love her. I just really love her. He told me once, love has nothing to do with happiness. The first signs I have of this illness starting, the tick box bipolar signs, was for how I treated the person I love most in this world. That was my mum and my son. He wrote me a lot of letters. I've still got them. I want him to know that I did love him. I want him to know that, hand on my heart, he would have been the last person I would have ever hurt intentionally. But was it the bipolar or was it me? Who I am? I felt like this many times in my life. But it was that moment. It will always be that moment that reminds me bipolar equals bad person. Bipolar equals shame. I never wrote back. God, sorry. Yeah, my name's Lily, and I'm an addict. Cock more than coke. So, my bipolar gave me hypersexuality. I had to go to sex and love addiction meetings. Have you heard of manic spending? Yeah, well, I had manic banging. I banged, fucked, shagged, hard, fast, furiously. I was good on top. I had no control over my mind, but I felt in control on top. They thought I was trying to fill the void of the unloved child, but no, it's part of my condition. I was doing really well at the meetings, but then they stopped me from going. I only fucked a couple of the blokes. So, I heard about this thing called Reiki. Bearing in mind, I've never met this woman before. Ethel, I'm lay there, right, on this Reiki bed. She puts her hands on my head. They were that hot, they were like a water bottle. All of a sudden, this wave of emotion comes through me. I mean, I start on full-on fucking sobbing on this Reiki bed, and she's giving it, let it out, let it all out. I'm thinking, I don't want to. My stomach's doing backflips here. Close my eyes, half out of embarrassment. I've not wanted to see if I'd shat myself. And then, I could see this little monk walking towards me. Oh, I'm fucking tripping. He's getting closer to me. No, I'm definitely tripping. He's handing me something. What's that? Is that a scroll? Eyes ping open. That's the message. A what? That's the message you need to hear. I've just seen a little monk with a scroll. Oh, that's lovely. Lovely? Is she messing? I mean, I'm in a bit of a fucking panic at this point. Close your eyes. Read what it says. No. Look, Ethel, I don't want to waste your time, but, well, I was on the piss me last night, and, well, very over-emotional person. That's why I've come in, you know, to try and get a bit of a... Close your eyes. You're safe. No, don't feel very safe. Feel like I'm tripping my fucking back out. So I just blurted it out. Ethel, I'm bipolar. It's probably that. No, you're not. No, I am. I mean, I didn't want to argue with her, but, you know, I am. You're not bipolar. You have it. You're Lily, that's who you are. It's a label, it's a load of shite. You're Lily, that's who you are. No one had ever said that to me before. Not since I've been labelled bipolar. And it gave me this hope that maybe that I could find myself and understand bipolar Brenda. And that was what brought me in. To Ibiza. No, it weren't to party on Bora Bora. I came to do a Kundalini Yoga retreat. I know what you're thinking. What the fuck is Kundalini Yoga? Well, I was deep into my meditation and my Reiki practice, and my mate, Lala, she said, you'd like this yoga. You do it with your eyes closed. Very meditative. So, I took myself off to this building on Oldham Street, yeah? It looked fucking derelict. Didn't really know what to expect. Went on my own. Felt a bit of a twat. I know, I should have probably Googled it first. Anyway, I walks in and there's this little woman dressed all in white with a turban on her head. I'm there in a pink fluorescent tracksuit with my new ombre half wig. I pop my mat down, nips to the loo. I comes back and there's some hippie type guy sat on my mat. Now, my mat, it became very precious to me because you see, when I'm struggling in the day, I just simply take it to my mat. Didn't really want somebody else's energy on it. Or manky fucking sweat for that matter. I was polite. Excuse me, mate. You sat on my mat. He looks at me, bows his head. Sat nam. What? No, you sat on my mat. He did it again. I thought, is he taking the fucking piss? I mean, I didn't want to cause a scene. It's only me, the woman in a turban, and this hippie cunt who won't get off my fucking mat. So I said it again, emphasising my mat. Eventually, he moved over to another mat. Next thing, the teacher puts this tune on. Her and the hippie start dancing with their eyes closed. They look like they've just dropped 2 E's at a festival. I mean, they're fucking going for it. So I thought, you know, bit of foot tap, bit of a shoulder shuffle. And then I thought to myself, you know what? Fuck it! Oh, and she's giving it, let your body be free! It's a yogic dance, let your body be rhythmical! Be at one with your body and the universe! Oh. I came out and I felt happy. Not manic, not hyper, naturally, humanly happy. So my mate, Lala, said to me, I'm going to take you to Ibiza to do a Kundalini Yoga retreat. I must have only heard Ibiza. We turns up to the retreat place late. I'm fucking steaming. I mean, I was on the Prosecco as soon as my feet touched Terminal 3 at Manchester. 4 a.m. comes, these bells start ringing and chanting. We walked into this thing called a yurt. There's all these hippies with cloths on their heads chanting this babble. It went on for 4 fucking hours, I shit you not. I came out, I was like, what the fuck have I got myself involved in here? No, in fact, what's Lala got us involved in? Oh, I was in well over my head. All the group was older than me. Nobody understood my accent. But, to be fair, I didn't understand the Dutch yoga teacher. He kept telling me to focus. And I was fucking starving and all. It was all that raw vegan food shit. I had to nip out me and get myself a can of Fanta and a bag of Cheetos. But the evening meditation, I really like that. Because I learned how to meditate sitting up, not lying down, falling asleep. The mantra was Sa, Ta, Nam, Ma. It means truth is my name, truth is my identity. Yeah, actually, it wasn't being a cunt after all. It turned out to be one of the best experiences of my life. Well, that was until the Kundalini energy shot up from my spine, out the top of my head, and all these hippies are trying to throw me in the deep end of the swimming pool to bring me down from this Kundalini high. I'm like, I can't fucking swim, you mad bastards! Came home to Blakely. Felt different. Felt like I wanted a different life. It's a magic energy on this island. Makes your soul feel at home. So I didn't think I'd be coming back now like this. Broken. No, you know what? I'm not broken. I'm lost. I feel very lost. Yeah. When and where do you think is the best place to have a nervous breakdown? I just had a bundle of joy, but my heart, it was thumping. I was feeling everything, too much or nothing at all. Dangerous thoughts were going through my mind. The 15-year-old screaming to get out. I slammed my brakes on and ran into the traffic. And I need help. Can someone help me, please? That was the first time I ever asked for help. I've been begging for it ever since. I became a regular face at A&E. When they just start handing you an ECG card on reception, well, you know your life's getting pretty fucked. This one time, right, I'd just done a powerlifting competition. Don't ask, just another one of my hobbies. Anyway, I thought I was having an heart attack. The nurse goes, it says here that you've just done a powerlifting competition, you're taking any performance enhancements. Listen, looked at her name badge. Claire, I'm scared to drink a fucking Red Bull. I'm not injecting steroids into myself. She toddles off to the toilet, leaving me there with a discharge letter that read, Bipolar, possibly taken performance enhancements, outcome, just anxiety. You know where I was when I got the worst phone call of my life? Yeah, on the shitter. Your mother is having a heart attack. We are working on her now. We do have to ask you to prepare for the worst. And you know, like when your body just goes into like this weird shock. I don't actually think it ever came out of it. Lil, you got any loo roll? Can't wipe my bloody nose on this, it's that thin. Best way to describe my mum, Italian version of that Miriam Margolyes. Just not as well spoken, never wears a bra, but always complains that her back's bad. Oh, it's been awful today since you left, Lily. I've had a right day of it. Oh, God, why? What's wrong? I worry about my mum a lot. Oh, up and down, back and forth to the toilet trying to poo. Oh, were you constipated? No, half bloody out. Oh, I've missed most of this morning. I'm bargaining on. Way it was going, I didn't think I was going to make it to bloody tipping point. I've been squeezing and squeezing. Nothing. I thought, Christ, it must be a big one stuck in there. Mum, trying to make an avocado sandwich here. Oh, sorry, Dolly, I'll get out your way. She doesn't get out my way. She never gets out my way. So I had one of those drinks the doctor gave me. Oh, it came. I think it was about the time Dickinson's Real Deal came on. Oh, it came out. It was like eating me ice cream last night. did you get me chocolate biscuits from Tesco? No, I didn't. And you shouldn't be eating ice cream because you're diabetic. What are you trying to do? Top yourself over a fucking penguin biscuit? Get out my way. It drives me insane, Mum. But, despite her endless shopping lists, plastic bags in plastic bags, food containers, newspapers from 1999, yeah, she's an order. My beautiful Italian mum has loved me unconditionally since the day I was born. They told her she could never have children. I was a miracle baby. Yeah. She doesn't know how old I am or what day I was born. She lives in her own little world. I think maybe I'm her world. And my son. It's just the three of us. We all look after each other. She's done everything for me, my mum, to make my dreams come true. So I feel ashamed when I don't bathe her legs, and days when I don't talk to her, days that this illness has taken away from me and my mum. You know when that doctor said, prepare for the worst? I've lived my life like that every single day since. The truth is, I don't think I'll have the strength in me for when that day comes and she's not asking me for chocolate biscuits and I'm not tripping over her incontinent pads. I don't ever want her to get out my way. I don't know what a life's like without my best friend. I don't know if I could live a life without my mum. Oh, fucking hell, I need to stop thinking like this, me, don't I? God. What was I talking about? Oh, the bipolar. Yeah. So, when I was first diagnosed with bipolar, I was relieved. Well, at least I knew there was something, not right with me medically. That was until they gave me a medication list, like they were handing me a cocktail menu. Now, I'd stayed off medication after my first experience with bipolar meds because, you see, they brought me out in rashes. They'd give me weight gain, weight loss. Some of them made me wake up looking like Jackie fucking Stallone. Others just made me want to fucking top myself. I had other ways of managing my bipolar. My Kundalini Yoga, my powerlifting, all the things I would do not to take medication wasn't fucking working anymore. So I did something that I never thought I would. I asked for tablets. And I felt like a failure taking them, but you see, the anxiety, it was paralysing me, it was sending me moods out of control. One of the tablets that they gave me was Valium. I didn't know it was Valium. I took one. Oh, God. Oh, the months of terror just left my body. My mind was clear, so I took some more. 30 minutes later, I couldn't feel my legs. I thought I'd overdosed, and this time, I really didn't mean to. I'm thinking, horse tranquiliser. I managed to panic on Valium. I was rushed in by ambulance. They knew the address. Triage nurses poking me, tell me your date of birth, stop being daft. It's Saturday night, it's rammed. Have you ever been to North Manchester A&E on a Saturday night? Let me tell you, you don't want to. Makes an episode of Shameless look like Bridgerton. Sandra shouts my name in a loud bank accent. You hear her before you see her. So, Sandra, she's divorced, but she still lives with him. She goes to Slimming World and Weight Watchers, neither works. She's got a face like Crime Watch. She don't hide the fact that she don't want to be here. Oh, and she uses box hair dye. She shouts my name. I can't answer her. And they don't shout your name twice on a Saturday night. I managed to sound. She drags me up, pulling me, telling me to just breathe. Just breathe? I've pissed me knickers. I can't feel my legs. You telling me to breathe ain't gonna help me breathe, is it? I breathe out my fucking arsehole right now if it'd help. Fucking hell. Tubby Sandra's squeezing you into a side room to give you yet another ECG. Fucking hell, no wonder I can't breathe. It's her. She reeks of garlic. Put my hand over my mouth, and then she goes, "Oh, you gonna be sick? Because I'm off shift in half an hour, alright, and I'm not cleaning no more sick up." I'm fine, Sandra, convincing myself in my own head that I was. Then she takes me bloods, drenching me all over new Alexander McQueen trainers. No, they're not knockoff. And then she says, "Says you're bipolar. Did you know you were bipolar? Probably that. Mental health be down to see you in a bit." Cut Cut to 10 hours later, it's full on kicking off now. Scally, he's running around with a bat. There's a Polish man in a wheelchair jumping up. Outside, no one fucking have you, you daft cunt. There's a girl being sick across the rows chairs. A mate's there drinking a bottle of vodka, bored out of her head. I rush to the desk. Oh, God. It's not the nice woman I normally speak to. This one's trying to put a false eyelash back on. Excuse me, sorry, I've got bipolar and, well, I took too many Valiums. Just kick it. 1 minute, love. Don't swipe on him yet. I'm sure that's who Kelly were banging on Tuesday. Stand and wait while the nurse talks to the other one about swiping on Tinder. Eventually she looks at me. She's put her eyelash back on. Well, it was supposed to be on her eyebrow. Take a seat, love. It's always like that in here. Great. You know what? I'm going to start leaving a review on TripAdvisor. Yeah, I did. I became really reliant on my little pink tablets, you see, but the doctor, they weren't very good at managing my prescription. I've been trying for weeks to get into the doctors about my anxiety because, you see, well, it wasn't just happening when I went into Tesco's, it was happening every day. I was riddled. How was I going to take a child on holiday when I couldn't even take him to school? I'm waking up every single morning. It's like electricity is shooting through my body and I'm gasping for breath and I'm trying to reach for the phone. There's no appointments left for today. If it's an emergency, go to your nearest A&E department. Can't go again, can I? No. It's just anxiety. No! It's not just anxiety. You don't say just strangled, just tortured, just murdered, just raped. It's raping me. It's invading my body. It's not just fucking anxiety. Yeah, I've tried that. Yeah. Could go to the gym, but you see, I need my little pink tablets to get there. I need them to get anywhere. I tap my chest. EFT, emotional freedom technique. It doesn't help. Anxiety doesn't want EFT to help me. Terror fills my body. Put calm meditation talk on. No, anxiety doesn't want me to listen to a calm meditation talk. Oh, the numbness. Click your fingers and think now. No, anxiety doesn't want me to click my fingers. Oh, tight chest. Close your eyes and do the figure of 8 breath. No, anxiety doesn't want me to close my eyes. It doesn't want me to breathe. Don't move. If you move, the heart attack will come. No, anxiety wants you to think it's a heart attack. It's a stroke. No, anxiety wants you to think it's a stroke. I'm back in Tesco, the sound of the crowds. It's like a football match. Trolleys, they're banging into each other, screeching. Oh, anxiety likes this. More. The man in front of me is taking too long. And the woman next to me, she's struggling, standing on a stick. The pharmacist says, next, I'm next. But the woman next to me, she's old. Anxiety wants me to be rude and not let her go. So I gesture for her to go first. Anxiety isn't happy. The sounds, they get louder. Oh, it's coming, but if I shit, I'm just going to have to stand here in my own shit because I really need those tablets. Finally, she's friendly, she smiles. I can't speak, my mouth, it's too dry. She's staring at me. I've just come to pick my prescription up, please. Even the pharmacist knows me. She checks the system. I hear each click, each fucking tap. I know what's coming. There isn't anything here for you. Have you ordered it? They said they sent it over days ago. Could you check again, please? She checks again. Nothing. Could I have an emergency supply, please? I'm afraid you can't. You've already had 2 this month. Sorry. Oh, anxiety likes this. Anxiety's going to bring Bipolar Brenda in to team up. Yeah, I understand, but I really need them. You'll be okay till Monday. Bipolar Brenda's here. How do you know? Are you a doctor? In fact, are you even a proper pharmacist? She looks insulted, but I don't give a fuck. I mean, I do, but anxiety doesn't, and Bipolar Brenda definitely doesn't. Look, you're going to have to give it me because if you don't, I'll end up shitting and pissing myself. I'll end up in A&E for hours and days because it's setting me bipolar off. They won't do that to you. Don't you tell me about the mental health system. Look, just give me an emergency supply and I'll go. She folds her arms, looks at me. Please don't shout at me. I'm unaware I was shouting. In fact, you know what? Get to fuck you, job's worth, cunt. I launched my Warby's loafer and I just got off. This isn't just anxiety. Bipolar Brenda's here. I don't know what to do. I
going to be okay because he's going to ring 111 and he's begging him to help, but they said they'll call back and they've not. And all my son keeps saying is, I'm sorry, Mummy, I'm sorry. Why is my son apologising for the doctors not giving me my tablets? I can't cope. I can't breathe. I can't do this anymore. They want me to get ill. My son is sad. My son's sad. It's all my fault. My mum's got no bread, and now I'm bad. I'm bad from Tesco. Fuck this shit. Fuck my shitty fucking bastard life. We was having so much fun, me and my son playing dress up. I was Tinkerbell, and then I was Earth from Star Wars. Oh, whoa, I can take on any part. I can take on Captain Hook. Feel dead. He likes playing with me like this. I said to my mates, let's go out. They're saying I need to stop drinking. Well, it's 7 o'clock at night in Neverland. It's just a bit of advice for you, but with bipolar disorder, you're 20 times more likely to take your own life. That's natural facts, yeah? So not giving somebody like me my medication could result in ending my life, or shooting me up into mania, thinking I'm Tinkerbell. I'm Tinkerbell, and I'm telling you, you need to get excited. Come on, oh, what's this song from? Crunchy, I've got some crunchy. Go on, do you like a crunchy? Go on, have a fucking crunchy. Woo! Come on, get excited.
Mummy, please. Yes, I'm 8. My nana is with me, but my mummy's not well. She's trying to fly out the window. I rang the crisis line 2 hours ago. But please send help. Please send an ambulance. I don't want my mummy to die.
So how long have you felt like this? The nurse asked me. See, I don't remember not having this feeling. It grew stronger. Me. I'm getting weaker. Depression stalks me. Crushes my soul. It's a silent killer. People don't want to see you like this. Like fuck. People prefer it when I'm depressed. I'm easier to cope with. I'm unmanageable down here. And the pain, it's in pain's in every single part of my body. It's like 50 elephants are stamping down on my chest, and you're trying to lift your head up, but your neck hurts, your eyes are aching. Even trying to move my toes is agony. It's a bad day, not a bad life, nurse said. Just because I have a life, it doesn't mean I'm living. Yeah, this is a bitter depression. I am jealous of people that get to wash themselves and brush their own teeth and take their children to school like it's the easiest thing to do. My son smiles at me. I feel nothing. My son doesn't make me happy. I tell myself it won't be like this forever. The hopeful depression, the lying to me depression, the fight back, push Debbie away, no, she doesn't like that, so it multiplies. Anxiety, I am fighting to breathe, and depression, I don't want to. Look on bright side, lovely, she's still breathing. Just because I'm breathing, it doesn't mean I'm alive. peaceful depression. The numbness, no feeling, no sound. It's like you're almost dead. Almost. Feel like my life is always almost stable, almost sober, almost a good mum, almost killed herself, the almost girl whose dreams do not deserve to come true. Bipolar, addict, selfish. My son, he deserves so much better than me. He deserves to grow up without the burden that is me. And then you have the hanging on by a thread depression. The 15-year-old, 7 days before I turned 15. Nothing's changed. Only this time I know for certain I can't be here anymore. I want to tell people what they mean to me, but I can't. So I just said, I'm sorry. I don't want to be me anymore.
What happened? Nurse said.
I can't answer it because the noose, it hurt my throat. Me. I happened.
Change the way you look at things. Things you look at change. They like to talk a lot about that these days, don't they, in the government and the mental health system? We're going to make a change. We're going to put more staff on those wards. Together, we can make the world become a better place. And this talk of change, well, it gives you hope. I mean, you have to wait for the talking to turn into action, but it will. So you wait. You wait. Patience is a virtue. And you wait. An 18-year-old girl has just slit her throat on a secure mental health ward. No staff. It happens. Was this the change you were talking about? Was this the change to make the world become a better place? You know what I'm learning about change? It's changing. It's becoming a whole lot fucking worse. But what are we doing about it, eh? Me and you. All of us. As a society. I mean, I'm guilty of it. You walk past someone, don't you? Hiya, how you doing? You good? Yeah. Hurry on with your life. Didn't even stop. Didn't even let them answer. We answered for them. We sit there, don't we, most of us, being those Twitter twats. Hashtag be kind. Hashtag be fucking kind. No one stood up for Caroline Flack. No one stood up to the media, but we all rushed to social media to give that rest in peace tweet, didn't we? Don't forget the hashtag, it's trending. Might get yourself a few extra Twitter twat followers. We fight for social status. We fight for likes, but not for lives. That person there next to you, just ask her how she's feeling. Nervous. But you've opened up a conversation. Do you know what I mean? But do we do that daily? We don't do it. We don't, because we don't have the time. Do you know what I mean? You'll go out in a minute and you'll go, what was you nervous about? Let's have a little chat about it. We need more of that. So, we share World Mental Health Day on Facebook. Do we really think that is enough to save a broken system, a country on its bare fucking bone ass? I'm going to give you a hard fact to the shit show you're sat in right now. I'm under North Manchester Community Mental Health. I've been waiting for a care worker for 2.5 years. My son rang up every day because I was getting ill. I was making passwords on sticky notes. She rang back 3 weeks later asking if we still felt the same. Yeah? On a scale of 10 to 0, 0 being the lowest, where do you feel you're at? I asked, was 0 dead? She apologised and said, you're on a waiting list with 800 other people. Sad about that young girl, isn't it, that killed herself? I was on that ward. I seen it. But, you know, like they say, it happens. No, it's happening. Again and again, younger and younger. You all must remember that little boy, Drake Hardman, 11 years old, hung himself. What are we doing to prevent that? What are we doing to prevent children as young as 11 years old killing themselves? Yeah, I'm talking to you, all of you. Don't move in your seat. Are you uncomfortable? So you should be. So we all should be. You know, as well, will you stop posting it's okay not to be okay? Because it's not. Because that's telling the system it's okay, and that's children begging crisis lines for help, not just mine. When did we get to this, as a society? As human beings where we think it's okay not to be okay. It's not. We slag the government off and the system, but really it's like they might be failing us, but when you think about it, are we failing each other? Because before you know it, it's your dad, mum, sister, brother, son, daughter on that waiting list, left and lost, fragile and forgotten, damaged at fucking zero, dead. And we'll all sit here going, oh, I wish I could have done more. Do more now. Do more now. There was a young girl, she was a nurse, and it was a few weeks after I'd taken an overdose. And she said, I came into this job to help people. I feel like I'm going home with death on my hands every day. No, you're not. The system is. But when you think about it, we are part of that system, whether we like it or not. So together, we could make a stand. But no, we'd rather sit down with our phone in our hands, giving that rest in peace tweet, getting our extra likes for being kind. I mean, when you think about it, really, fucking hell. We're becoming nothing but false Facebook, Twitter, twat, coward cunts. Don't be that cunt. My psychiatrist said to me last week, will you write a letter to your MP? My one letter's not going to be enough. Pick the pen up for the 799 other people on that waiting list that are not strong enough to pick it up for themselves. Be the voice for the people that are too ill to use their own. I can't fight this on my own anymore. I don't know how many people are listening to this. But if 20 people decided tomorrow to stand up and not be afraid, you could save one person's life on that waiting list. We're all playing our role in this system. You need to decide what part you're playing. We all need to decide what we're going to do about it. Hashtag be kind. Let's see where that keeps getting us, yeah? Can I tell you about my son? He's amazing. Amazing little boy. I'm not an amazing mum, though. The most guilt and shame I've ever felt from this illness is that he has had to witness things that no child should. I spend that much time trying to manage my mood and emotions. It's taken time away from him having a proper son. Mum, it's always 1 minute, son, turns into hours. I have to have a reminder on my phone to ask him how his day was at school. Oh, I am always late for school. They didn't know I had anything wrong with me at first. They just thought I was a shit mum. I am. He started to struggle with his behaviour, and there was this particular teacher, Miss Jensen, proper fucking job's worth. Kitten heels, carrot haircut, one of them flower sandwich bags. She turned to me and she said, do you think his behaviour is from growing up with you? Maybe he thinks you're normal. Wait for it. And then she said, do you think maybe he's caught what you have? Fucking hell, you lot better get yourselves a mask. There was a time we were late and he said, my mummy's been in the bath because she gets anxious and the water calms her down. I said, oh yeah, he's right, it does, yeah. She looks at me like I'm a thick twat and she goes, can't you see that's not normal? I'm trying to be normal. I'm trying to be a normal mum. I made a promise I'd take him on holiday and I want to keep it. I was told that my son couldn't go to a mainstream school because he's a young carer, so he'd struggle. So I had to appeal. Again, and again, and again. Excuse me, sorry, could I, can I speak, no, sorry, I'm going to speak first. No, please, would you not interrupt me, if you don't mind. Yes, sorry, so,
We're here today to speak about my son, and I thought I'd just repeat a few things that you constantly keep reminding me of, just to save us a bit of time. Your son is disruptive. He's got a short temper. He lashes out. He runs around school, and teachers, they can't always control him. At home, he has too much responsibility on him because he lives with an elderly grandmother and a mother who has a serious, unstable mental health condition. He suffers because of this, because of her. In education, he's below average. His writing is unreadable. Your son is a troubled child. Have you ever heard that quote, the one about judging a fish on its ability to climb a tree, or the one about an elephant's ability to fly? That comment you made about my son struggling every day of his life confirmed my doubt that you want what's best for him, because, if that's how you encourage and support so-called troubled children, maybe you're in the wrong job. I do not justify some of his behaviour, and I come in when you constantly call me, even when I've been riddled with anxiety and I haven't slept for days. But despite my unstable mental health condition, I have done everything I can to work with you to find a solution, but it's really hard when all you want to do is focus on the problem. When he started with those panic attacks, you said you'd call CAMS, but you didn't, because you seen him as a disruptive child, not one struggling. I got him seen within a week, yes. I did barricade the door of A&E, and then they discharged him because he said he wasn't a risk to himself or others, but still there was no support, no communication from you. It's my son that is wanting to engage in therapy, asking can he go to meditation every Wednesday. Was any of you meditating at 4 years old? Because I know I wasn't. Did you ever turn around to your parent or your carer and say, I let my emotions get the better of me in a negative way today? He knows where he's gone wrong, but he needs support. Not punishment. He was a teacher just like you. She told me I'd never be a writer. My own dad said my dreams had never come true, and I believed him. I'm not going to let my son believe anything like that about himself. I am sorry we don't have the structured lives that you all have. I'm going to be completely honest, I felt really uncomfortable coming in here today because, you've all got degrees and I don't have no qualifications. I left school at 15 and I've been fighting my own mind every day since. But it's not stopped me following my dreams, and it's not going to stop me son. But you're right, it is. It's chaotic living with me. He's seen me at rock bottom time and time again, but he's also seen me try and fight to get back up. You don't have to sit there and make me question if I'm a bad mother. I ask myself that daily. But you will never make me question nor persuade me that I have a bad son. Because that little boy has shown more compassion on the short time he's been on this earth than most adults their entire lives. And I'm sorry, but you know what baffles me about this under-averageness in education you just keep harping on about? Answer me this. He studies science and history documentaries. He doesn't even have a phone. He only goes online to use that Duolingo app. He is learning languages, you just didn't know that, did you? Every night, never misses. But it's all about the writing being readable, isn't it? Children have to fit into the box of what the schools say they should be, how the schools say they should learn. I think you struggle to understand my son because he's not what you've been taught on teacher training courses. He thinks and acts differently, doesn't he? Don't fit in your little box. How about, and this is just an idea, you could choose to engage with children who think and act differently. Learn about their mental well-being and what goes on in their hearts and their souls. Maybe, instead of judging them on their writing being readable, listen to the voice behind the scribble on the page. Maybe then you'll understand my son. You as teachers, you have got such a special job. You can really make a change. And you should want that for every child, not just mine. You can refuse me again today. But the thing is, when I think I can't take another knockback, that little boy is there cheering me on. So no matter how much this illness takes me to my knees, I am going to do the same for him, like my mum did for me. He has seen a lot of brokenness in his life, but he still chooses to look at this world as beautiful. He didn't just save my life, he gave me one. And I can hand on heart tell you he'd do the exact same for every single person in this room because he genuinely cares how people think and feel. Even you, Miss Jensen. So please do tell me something about my son and his life that I don't already know, and a solid reason why he doesn't deserve a place at that school. I'm all ears. He's been at that school 3 months now. We get postcards, star of the week, email, how much of a joy he is to teach. Hey, remember that job's worth teacher? Well, on the last day of school, we give her The Alchemist, you know, the book. I thought, you know what, be the big person. So I said, look, I know we've not always seen eye to eye, but thank you. She goes, thank you. I looked at her confused. She said, well, when I met you, I didn't know if you were going to attack me or what you were going to do. I mean, I can't really argue with that. I can come across like that with people I like, and she made my life fucking hell at times. She then said to me that she's never had confidence on how to speak to people and approach them, and I'd give her that. I thought, is she taking the fucking piss? Because I'd love nothing more than to choke this bitch out. But then she looks at my son, and she says to me, son, I am so sorry I said you'd struggle every day of your life. Your mum's struggle has taught me it's her fight to become better. And she looked him right in the eyes and she said, and you have made me want to become better for the next little boy and girl that walks through those gates. So like I said, my son is an amazing little boy.